Page 39, why am I blue? On page 38, they're talking about the primary chords and the 5/7 chord and so forth for the key of G major. I've already covered it. I did C major and G major both when we did them. So this G major, remember, has one sharp here. And the chords are built on the steps. You just have to remember to use F sharps. Okay, and the one chord is built on step 1. 4 chord built on step 4, and the 5 chord is here, and add the 7th to it. Here. And so the progression, or the arrangements, I should say inversions because we're turning them over. It's the 1, and the 4 chord is here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the G on the bottom here, so it's going here. It's the same thing we did here. The top 2 notes went up. That's what we're doing here. Okay, and then for the 5/7 chord, I'm going to put the D on top. I'm going to leave out that. So it's this. Bottom note goes down a half step, and top 2 notes in the position. That's what we did here. The bottom note went down a half step, the top 2 notes. So the 1, the 4, 5/7, 1. G major. Yeah, all the keys work the same way. As long as you understand how it's constructed, you can figure them out. Now, why am I blue? Look it over. It's a page long. It has a repeat, but it's a page of music. Treble bass clef, 1 sharp in the key signature, so we figure we're in G major. And we look at the end, the last chord. It's a G chord. Just double checking to make sure. Yeah, it ends on a 1 chord in G major. Figure it's in G major. 4/4 time signature, right hand first. And these notes in the first measure, that's just a broken G chord. You'll learn to recognize the notes eventually. Oh, it's just a G chord. It makes reading the music so much easier. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then cross over. 3. And yes, you need the natural, otherwise it'd be an F sharp, because in the second measure, the last note is an F sharp. Now natural. And then just reach up a little bit, because you want to stay here. We just went down temporarily, but second measure, or second line, we're still here. And B flats. Remember that flat is good for the rest of the measure. And again, third line, they don't need the natural sign. It's a natural anyway. But it doesn't hurt, I guess. Unless you learn to think, oh, it's got to be there. No, it doesn't got to be there. But it's just a B natural. They're being clear. Last measure at the bottom. It is an F sharp, a D sharp, and then here. Each note is coming up a half step. And you slide off here. And you have to time it right, because sliding off can be tricky. You get it all, then the notes aren't together. So you have to time it right so they're together. You can slide off both notes if I did 1/5. That's fun. That's kind of fun and showy if you want to. But it's safer to use 4 on that one. So you're only sliding 1 note instead of 2. Left hand, well, it's got the chords. G chord, the 1 chord. Second line, second measure is 4 chord with a C chord. So you want to kind of think of the chords as both. It is a 1 chord in the key of G, but it's also a G chord. Third line, last measure, that's the 5/7 chord. So F sharp. And then the last line is a 4 chord, then a 1 chord. Put the hands together, and we hear. See, that note is tied in the first measure. Hang on to it. You put the hands together, and then go back over and get rid of any hesitations. Keep it slow, but no hesitations. Then I add the articulation. that they don't really give you anything. Just connect it. I mean, you can experiment and see what you think with staccatos. If you want. However, I'm going to recommend you connect it, especially since they added pedal markings. I'll get to the pedal in a little bit. Then the dynamics. Well, MF at the beginning, and then you get a few arrows to get it louder or whatever. Here. This is soft. At the third line, at the end of the third line, you're going to get a little louder. You start it sort of loud and get it was like every couple of beats or so, I'd get a little louder. Because now, in the last line, that makes I'm loud now. And then first ending, I'm going to start loud and come back down. Like each beat just got a hair louder or softer. And then I'm moderately loud again at the beginning. It's better to feel these dynamics. Then the speed, well, again, moderately, and swing it. They say it's optional. I say no, it's not. Swing it. All the way through. Now, they have added pedal, so let's talk pedal just a little bit. Why are we doing pedal? What's it for and so forth? Well, they added it to the third measure. That's the last measure, the first line. Here, and that's to bring out the overtones for this. It's a longer held note. And a lot of times in piano, we will use pedal on longer held notes to give them a little color. So they don't just sit there and die away. It's got stuff going on. Ooh, not fancy that. So a lot of times we will add color to them. Here. Same thing in the third line here, the whole note. We've added color to that. It's also a contrast in the left hand between this and this. Just a little bit of a contrast, and that can be nice in some cases. Then the last line again, the whole note, and then the last measure. Here, you have a hold on that last note. And again, remember in blues, a lot of times they'll hold a note out at the end and they'll pedal it for the overtones. That's part of the style of the music. So on the third measure there where you use pedal, I'm going to push the notes down first and then the pedal. And I'm going to lift the pedal as I play the notes in the next measure. There. Same thing on the third line, same thing on the last line, but the last measure, look out. The pedal is already down when you get to the second ending. So the last line, second measure, it's down. And you go to the second ending, the pedal stays down, and then lift it up as I play that. And then after I play the last one in the right hand, I can put it down again. The left hand is tied. You don't play it again. It's tied all the way here. So it's down, lift up. And then after I play that, I put it down again. The reason is I don't want both. I don't want all that. So I have to lift the pedal up for that and then down. Here. So the last line. And you just hang on to that. That keeps it clean. Let's play this together very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not doing any dynamics, no louds or softs. We will do the repeat, and I'll go ahead and pedal it so you can see the pedaling. We will swing the eighth notes now. 1 and 2 and ready and go. And repeat. Second ending. 4, hold, 2,